Up next, the Bull. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Hey, Dave.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, I love his game. That was a good report. Thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Brown. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Harris in at the 3 slot. And for Chicago, down in the block, it's Markkanen and Vucevic. The guard set is White alongside Levine. And it's DeRozan in at the 3. And the kind of game fans love to watch, Greg. 2 offensive teams going head-to-head.
And the rules today favor offense, and that's why league-wide scoring continues to rise.
Zach LaVine's athleticism and high release point make it very difficult to contest shots.
The shot's good from Irving.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And it's good for 2. Irving's got 8 points.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
One thing Irving's been doing more of, using his offhand in the lane to hit floaters, and even on jump shots.
This guy is so creative, so inventive. The ability to make last-second adjustments. And I mean that whether he's in the air off his feet or with his handle, his ability to keep defenders guessing is truly incredible. I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
It's a floater. Here's White, and it's sent back by Irving.
Boy, Kyrie Irving becoming a better and better defender over time. Nice block right there.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And the Nets, another 3.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
And stolen by Irving. Shoots. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Yep, it counts. He's got 18.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
White, wide open. He fires. That's good. And it's Levine with the assist.
Now, Zach LaVine is a solid passer. This guy entered the league as a point guard, puts it on the money there.
Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Tipped away. Irving with the steal. That one falls. Irving's got 22 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And so Levine will bring it up now for the Bulls. Trailing by 17. Blake Griffin pulls it in. Here's Irving. Takes the 3. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
And so it's Brooklyn closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are...
Coach just wants me to be aggressive, to set the tone early in the game, and, that kind of sets up all my teammates and sets the standard for the rest of the game and how I want the game to go.
Agreed, and for an NBA defense, few more scary, Greg, than Kyrie Irving with his foot on the gas.
Yeah, because he doesn't just score on you. When he gets in that mode, Irving can make you look silly.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've gotten off turnovers.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Brown out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Johnson, and it's Perry in at the 4. Now here's Levine. Ball's knocked loose. Irving with the steal. Launches a three. The three-pointer is right on target. Irving's got 9 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and the defense has been on their back heels with the way they've been running the ball up the floor.
And taken away by Brown. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Brown.
Assist goes to.
And that's 36 points for Kyrie Irving. So it's Chicago now. And a fortunate turn of events for Brown last year. Doris, he was traded from one of the worst teams to one of the best.
And what I respect is how scrappy, how hard playing, how defensive-minded a guard this guy is. But he's also willing to fit perfectly around stars. He finds a way to do all the dirty work and make himself a factor.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 three-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second. And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Levine for 3. The shot, no good. Brooklyn with the ball. They've gone on a 16-2 run, not allowing much. Again, the Nets for 2.
Well, they're just riding the hot hand down the stretch, and he's been in a zone all night.
Levine with it, picked up by Brown. Shot from 12. The rebound by Johnson. Brooklyn's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Irving's shot is good.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Poked away. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Kobe White, he's checked in for Chicago. Then for the Nets, Johnson comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Harris subbed in for Bruce Brown. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Yes, that goes in. Caruso's got his first basket of the night.
Boy, that's a bang-bang play on the inbounds pass. I like those quick hitters.
Irving for 3. And the Nets another 3.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
For 3, Williams. Rebound, Brooklyn. Now Irving. He got it up. And another one falls. Amazing.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. And so it's Brooklyn holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Jones. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He went on an historic scoring frenzy. Thanks for joining.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
Down in the block, it's Markkanen and Vucevic. The guard set is White alongside Levine. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the league remains in love with three-pointers, but DeMar DeRozan remains true to his game. He says, if I see 100 people walking left, that doesn't mean I'm going to do the same. I see this clear path and want to stay right. Shooting threes, I feel like I'm settling. Whereas I think anytime I drive, I'm going to score or get fouled. Kevin, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, but D.A., I love that strategy. Thanks for that story. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Greg, you've got a unique view of the league, not just a former player, but great broadcaster, courtside all these games, but also as a father. What's that journey been like?
It's been surreal, Kevin. You know, anytime you have a child that has a passion for something you're passionate about, it creates a special bond. And, to be able to watch him live out his journey has been incredible, and what a blessing. I would wish we'd all get to have that experience in some capacity.
It's good.
And there it is again. They get careless with the basketball, and immediately it costs them.
And another turnover here by Chicago. Now we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Kyrie Irving.
You can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
Alex Caruso is checked in for the Bulls. The Nets also changing it up. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Johnson in for Brown. And that one's good, Irving.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
From the arc. And the Nets, another three.
Yeah, just continued sloppiness with the basketball. They are shooting themselves in the foot.
And another steal for him.
And he's just been able to anticipate their every move.
Yeah, you're right. An absolute pest on the defensive end. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. White against Harris. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession. Some changes for Chicago. Tony Bradley's checked in for Vucevic. And it's Williams in for Markkanen. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Perry's checked in. DeRozan. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Irving for three. Good. He hits again. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
It's tipped. It's stolen by Johnson. From deep. No good from Irving. And stolen by Irving. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Chicago ball. Now into the lineup for the Nets.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Nets out in front, running away with this one. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Luwawu, Bembry out there with Carter. Then it's Johnson, and it's Perry in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And a block like that sends a message, one that says we're not giving up this lead.
Poked loose. And so here is Chicago. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
They've gotten careless, Kevin. No doubt about it with their turnovers in the second half.
Morris is checked in for Bradley. Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Hits it from 3-point range. Irving's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Brooklyn. And so Green will bring it up for Chicago. And another turnover here by Chicago.
Nets ball.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Nets?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, and something else that served them well are all the turnovers they've caused and the points that have come along with those.
Green taking his time here. 6 to shoot. Williams with a clean look. Gets himself open and drills it. Williams has got his first points of the game.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Irving's shot is good.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
And Chicago shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season. And what a huge standout performance it was
For Kyrie Irving.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Shots good by Green.
Well, White has quickly developed great floor vision. Doesn't miss the wide open man.
And the Nets, another three.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Irving with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. A nice shot by Irving.
Well, this is one of the best in the league at converting off contact. What body control by Kyrie Irving.
Morris outside. Back to Green. Now here's Brown. D right on him. And it's White missing. Bembry the pass to Irving. Takes a three. Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much. Kyrie, big numbers for you tonight, and I always wonder what it's like to be in a zone like that offensively.
It was amazing. More importantly, we got the win, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates. They did a heck of a job of competing every single minute of this game. It took everybody's effort from our bench. It took a 15-man effort, and I'm glad we got the win.
15 men, but one man was the difference. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony,
one of Orlando's many lakes. And we have a minute.
Brian, thanks.
Wise words, Allie. Thank you for that. Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. They've got Bruce Brown. Also Kyrie Irving out there. Joe Harris out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Perry in at the 4-man spot. And for Orlando, Isaac and Carter up front. Gary Harris out there with Markelle Fultz. And it's Wagner in at the 3 slot. A lot of teams don't like to tip their hand too early in the season. Coaches like to keep a few tricks up their sleeve for later on, Clark.
As very
Well, they should be. I mean, it's a really long season, and you're learning your team, so you figure out different things that you like to add later on in the season. And you really don't want to reveal anything that might give you an edge if you hold on to it until later down the road.
And it's in, off the glass. Irving's got his second basket on the night.
Irving had the touch needed to do damage from just about anywhere, including from there.
Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
You know what else, guys? Defensively, they've been able to call some turnovers tonight and turn them into points.
Harris, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
An aggressive off. Defensive player. When Harris has a quality look inside, he takes advantage of it.
There's always been a lot of talk about Markelle Fultz's shooting, but Grant, one sign as to the strides he's made in his first few years in the league was the upward trend in his free throw shooting.
And when you see that kind of improvement, BA, it speaks to the work he's put. You don't become a great free throw shooter by accident. It takes time and effort, and Fultz put in plenty of both.
Ooh, poked away and stolen by Irving. He gets it in there. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively, and he's been absolutely relentless.
Here's Orlando. It's a 10-point game. Defeated by Utah in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they let that one slip through their fingers, and they just couldn't pull it together to fight off a big fourth-quarter comeback. And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now here's Fultz. Coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
And he did his part from the line. Drew fouls and made them count.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
And so the ball out of bounds. Fultz touched it last. So Orlando going with an almost entire new group here. Lopez, he's checked in for Carter. Bamba comes in for Isaac. Okiki's checked in for Wagner. And Anthony subbed in for Fultz. Ooh, took him no time. Time at all to get that one.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Well, everything's coming too easily. At some point, defensively, you have to take something away.
Orlando calls timeout.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Johnson comes in for Claxton. And it's Carter in for Johnson. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Stolen by Carter. And the ball out of play. The Magic will have it. Tipped away. Stolen by Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Pass to Bamba. Here's Anthony. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. And here come the Nets again. Brooklyn in the fast break. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And so it's Brooklyn. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. Really. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Boy, the Nets have been rolling along, haven't they?
Great offensive energy in that period. They're clearly on a mission.
Yeah, I agree. That was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling. They're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
On the court right now. Second quarter for the Nets. James Johnson is out there with Alizé Johnson. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Brown in at the 2. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
You know, any talk of Harris, I think, has to start with the jump shot. A three-point contest champion. He hits close to half his attempts from beyond the arc, which is just ridiculous.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Jonathan Isaac making his return from that knee injury he suffered in the bubble. Through the grueling rehab, he kept hope, kept the faith, and kept working to come back strong. He said it revealed another level of grit and grind inside of him. And guys, he's determined to come back better than ever.
Thanks, Allie. From deep, Jordan connects from downtown. Jordan's got his first 3 points of the game. And floor spacers like Harris continue to be the NBA's hottest commodity.
BA, in the day and age that we're in as far as the NBA goes, great value for floor spacer. And Harris's contract, $75 million over 4 years, talks about what you just said, how valuable and in demand guys like Harris are.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. It's stolen by Johnson. And now the Nets on the break. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
All these turnovers keep them at a constant disadvantage on the defensive end.
We're seeing that here tonight. I mean, so many of their mistakes and miscues have resulted in easy baskets the other way because their defense can't get set.
Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. And here's Griffin outside. And he buries his first look.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coach.
Power it home. Oh, wow. Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
That's tipped. Brown with it. Fultz picks him up and pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. Oh, nice shot by Brown.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom.
Oh my! I mean,
get some
hard on that one, BA. Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Irving comes in for Harris. Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Irving. Score that basket. His 8th out of 9 shots here today.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Here's Carter. Blocked.
Griffin still possessing such incredible timing. Shooters have to be careful when he's on the prowl.
And Irving gets it to go.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get...
Kyrie Irving has been on display for the Nets, providing the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 22 points and 1... Thanks for joining us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, you look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's been so disruptive defensively in the first half. His fast hands pick plenty of pockets.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
Isaac and Carter up front. Markelle Fultz is out there with Gary Harris. And it's Wagner in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Orlando. And every team looking for bigs who can stretch the floor, Clark. If you were playing today, what kind of three-point shooter you think you'd be?
Well, I wasn't that great back in my career because it wasn't a shot that many teams used a lot, but I would have worked on it to become proficient at it. So I think I would have been a 40% three-point shooter, 35 to 40% given time to work on it, BA. You adapt to the times, and I was actually already starting to work on my three-point game before my injuries took me out of the league.
Clock at 6. Knocked away. The Magic need to put one up here. And it's Wagner missing.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
And for much of his career, Jordan has been surrounded by unbelievable talent, Clark.
Well, you think about it, B.A. Hall and Griffin in L.A., Durant, Irving, and Harden in Brooklyn. I don't know how you get much better than those 5.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Last season, after what was dubbed a historic wave of injuries, the Magic decided it was time to hit the reset button, trading away their veterans for picks and for prospects. This will take some patience, but the front office feels this different path affords them more upside to contend moving forward. Guys?
You know, Allie, that's an excellent point, something to keep an eye on. And stolen by Irving. And the layup falls. Irving's got 31.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Fultz with it. Irving picks him up. Fultz passes to Carter. And stolen by Irving. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And it's good. 2 points. Irving's got 33.
And give them credit for cashing in on the turnovers they've caused.
Converting them into points is what they've done, and that's been a big factor in this game, guys.
To the right side. Knocked loose. And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Harris. That's his first foul. Orlando making some changes. Lopez, he's checked in for Carter. Bamba comes in for Isaac. And Okiki subbed in for Wagner. Griffin, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Brown.
Man, I appreciate how skilled Fultz is handling the ball. I mean, excellent at getting to his favorite spots on the floor.
Irving against Fultz. 13 feet out. And there's another one for the Nets.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one drops. Irving's got 37.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Pass to Bamba. Fires the three. That one doesn't drop. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. Here's Johnson. 2 points. That one goes. Johnson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Kyrie Irving has been on display for the Brooklyn Nets. He's nearing the 40-point mark, just getting what... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And so in the game for the Nets, they've got Johnson. Johnson is out there with Blake Griffin. Then there's Javon Carter. And it's Bembry in at the two-guard spot.
Good heads-up basketball. Season opening and capitalizes.
And it's in there.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Well, Orlando's shooting only 23% so far. Got a piece of it. Pass to Carter Williams. And Grant, in 2015, you became part owner of the Atlanta Hawks. How pleased were you to see their performance in last year's playoffs?
Well, it was incredible. So much fun to see this team come together, rally, and have an incredible run in this past postseason. Now, as a broadcaster, you don't want to have a rooting interest, but I'll confess, it was definitely special to see.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Carter Williams. He's checked by Carter.
Really hard to say enough about how good Carter Williams is at spotting the open man. He's got excellent vision and just a nice feel for what they're trying to get done in their offense.
Hits the three-pointer.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. Bembry's shot is good. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They've also generated a lot of points off turnovers over the course of the game tonight.
Blocked!
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Nets.
In today's game, you need to shoot it well from three. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
And this will push their total wins for the year up to 11.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Kyrie Irving.
Well, his defense was tremendous tonight. Really, really high level. He was a pest, forced the opponents into a lot of turnovers.
Maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I don't think his coaches will agree.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes guys have the green light to take that shot, but I don't think he's one of them.
Pass to McKinney to halt the run. Rebounded by Johnson. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And he comes up with a bucket.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Here's Griffin. Shakes off strong D and gets to the bucket for 2 points.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
On the money.
And just staying in control. This is Griffin's mindset, keeping his balance even when the D is present.
So we see the Nets taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, and we'll see you next time.